I posted on Instagram a couple of months ago, right when the Sixers signed Kyle Lowry or were rumored to be about to sign Kyle Lowry. And it said, I would not be surprised if Kyle Lowry is in the Sixers starting lineup once he's acclimated with the team. Nick Nurse loves him. They want a ring together. And you know how these relationships can fog rational thought processes among people in these positions. I predicted this on the money. And at the time it sounded crazy. People were like, Kyle Lowry's not going to be a starter. He's going to come off the bench. He's not going to start. Well, look at some of these comments, man. This is just so much fun for me because it ended up being so accurate. Here's some of the comments, man. Look at this. I'm all for it. It won't happen, LOL. Well, it did. No, he won't. Well, yes, he did. Nurse will probably try it, but if it doesn't work, he'll change course. Well, he didn't. If he starts, we will be home early once again. Carlisle Capital Investment. Absolutely money on that prediction. He will be what Mike Conley is to the Grizzlies for us. Your takes age like bananas in the sun. Except this take was 100% accurate. What are you talking about, man? Well, that doesn't even make any sense. But he jumped the gun on that one, didn't he? So I was like, listen, I think Kyle Lowry's going to start because Nick Nurse loves him, right? And then you go and you look at the playoffs and you look at Kyle Lowry's minutes and numbers in the playoffs and look, man, in the entire New York Knicks series, Kyle Lowry started all 6 games. And people were saying, look, Nurse is going to play him too many minutes. He's too old. He's going to burn out. Game 1, 18 points, a +6. Game 2, 8 points, a +6. Game 3, 9 points, a +11. Game 4, 7 points, a +1. And the burnout happened, and it happened so fast. Game 5, goose egg +2. Game 6, goose egg -9. He started all 6 playoff games. He was solid the first couple. And then, man, he burned out like hell because he's 38 years old. And Nick Nurse should have known you cannot play a 38-year-old player that many minutes in the playoffs. For some reason he didn't know that. But yeah, that was, that was my prediction with the Kyle Lowry thing. And it just ended up being completely accurate. Shout out to RJ, member in the chat, 210 in here. Hit the like button. Yeah, give me 200. There's 226 people in here right now. Give me 226 likes, man. And give me your takes in the chat, man. Anything else you want to talk about, throw it at me. I find this to be interesting. Jeff Van Gundy last season was fired by ESPN, and they categorized it as it was an hour ago. The NBA reportedly didn't appreciate Jeff Van Gundy's criticism of the league's officiating and complained about it to ESPN, per Andrew Marchand, the Athletics senior writer. Though the NBA did not like Van Gundy's criticism of its officiating and complained about it to ESPN, there is no proof that league ordered his banishment. One concern ESPN had, according to executives briefed on their decision-making, was that Van Gundy would jump back into coaching. That's bullshit. The NBA is in big trouble. The NBA as a business is in big trouble because they don't understand what the issue is. The issue is officiating. This season and playoffs has been one of the worst officiated NBA seasons I've ever seen. It feels like the referees don't know the rules. They try to randomly implement shit. The referees can't even get challenges right. They review plays, watch it in super slow-mo, and still make the wrong call. They make things up on the fly, marginal contact, other things like that. It just, none of it makes any sense. Then they try to implement a flopping rule where officials are going to be able to call technical fouls for flopping. And I'm like, bro, if they don't even know what a flop is because they consistently get fooled by players flopping, how are they going to call a flop technical foul? That doesn't make any sense. And people were like, when they first announced that, people were like, thank God they're finally going to get flopping out of the game. No, they're not, because they can't do it, because they can't make the call right in the first place. NBA officiating is absolutely terrible.